Hello and welcome to the June update from the Testnet team. You're here with me, Fola. Without further ado, let's get right to the development team. So it's over to you, Karim, for your overview this month.
Thank you, Fola, and welcome everyone to the June update for the Tau development team. Andrei, as usual, has made remarkable progress with the Tau testnet implementation. So far, he has completed 3 of the 10 milestones that he set out for himself. The last one being end-to-end transaction processing, and he made sure to incorporate all the necessary cryptographic functions in that. He also developed a console-based wallet to assemble, sign, and submit transactions directly to a local node for testing purposes. And in another 2 milestones, we will be able to demonstrate a basic blockchain that uses a proof of authority mechanism. But more importantly, this blockchain will be based on the Tau language at its core, and it will demonstrate pointwise revision, which is the core feature of Tau. David, this month has been working on normalization of bit vector formulas, also in support of Tau testnet. In particular, he finished a basic first implementation that eliminates 1 quantifier at a time. And in the next version, him and Ohad are considering a more sophisticated method that is able to remove all quantifiers at once. And he evaluated the performance of the current approach as well as implications for the next smarter alternatives, and found out that unfortunately Z3 is not giving us the expected performance for certain types of formula. That's why he has been tinkering with the Z3 configurations in order to speed up the computations, but he's still not reaching his performance targets. So for that reason, he has been looking at another SMT solver called CVC5 to see if he can get better performance, and preliminary testing with randomly generated formulas seems promising. Apart of that, he's made some small changes to the grammar of type decorations to make them clearer. Lucca has been doing mostly algorithmic research this month. Him and Ohad has been researching an efficient method for Boolean function quantifier elimination for the upcoming normalization algorithm in order to support tables and bit vectors in the Tau language, 2 features that are very crucial for the Tau testnet. Tomáš has been doing great work. He finished the switch to the new tree implementation, which is a major task. I think it's taken him a couple of months, but he did it all on his own. He is currently wrapping up all the integration tests for that. Then he revised type checking and type propagation and adjusted the grammar of variables and IO variables type definitions. He also refactored the Tau .h header files and made some improvements to the logging and fixed many bugs and refactored a lot of code. On the parser side, he worked on finishing the implementation of the tree node creation hooks and worked on garbage collections for the LCRS tree with the help from Umar. And he also configured the nightly builds in support of the upcoming Tau parser library release. That's it for the June update. Back to you, Fola.
Nice. Thank you so much, Karim. And I'll pass it over to David for his update this month.
Thank you, Fola. Hi, everyone. This month, I've been working in the normalization of bit vector formulas. In particular, I have written a basic implementation that eliminates 1 quantifier at a time. However, we are considering to change this behavior so they are all removed at once at the end of the regular normalization process. I have also checked the performance of the current approach, or the alternative one, removing all quantifiers at once. I found out that Z3 is not giving us the expected performance in certain types of formulas. So I have been checking several Z3 configurations in order to speed up the computation, but the results are not still what we expected. I have also been testing CVC5, another SMT solver, to see if the performance is better. To do so, I have brought code to generate random formulas, and it seems that is a viable option. Apart from that, I have done few changes in the grammar to have a uniform type decoration in the nodes, as it will be needed during symbol resolution to have a more clear syntax. In what follows, if more exhaustive tests of CVC5 continue giving good results, I will add CVC5 as an option to be used in the bit vector setting. And that's all for my month. Thank you all for listening, and back to you, Fola.
Fantastic stuff. As always, a pleasure to hear you speak, David. And now I'll pass it over to you, Tomáš, for your update this month.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This month I've been working mostly on the tree API implementation switch. I've added generic support for hooks to allow intercepting tree node creation. I've added garbage collection for LCRS3. And I added a way to exclude a set of nodes from being garbage collected, which will be used for tree node caching. I fixed reversal callback called between sibling nodes, which is useful for printers. Regarding tau, I finished the switch of the tree API. Unit and triple tests are all passing, and I'm debugging class issues in integration tests. I've improved logging to improve debugging experience. I've added terminal colors and logging macros and formatters. I've also added logging channels for trace and debug messages so they can be filtered. I've revised type checking and propagation of variables, input-output variables, zeros and ones. And I've also revised include chain, and I think configured CMake to create the tau.h header file. And there were too many fixes all around the code to mention here. Can check branch tau tree on our GitHub for more details. That's all from me this month. Thank you.
Making excellent progress as always. And Andrei, the people want to hear about Testnet Alpha. Talk to us.
Hello everyone, I'm glad to be here again to share some of the exciting progress I've done over the past months. Past months I've been actively moving forward throughout Testnet Alpha milestones, and the significant milestone that I covered was the whole end-to-end transaction processing. That involved everything from creating the transaction to all necessary cryptography operations, ensuring the whole pipeline works. Another thing I did was console wallet. Console wallet that allows me to test transaction creation. With that console wallet, I'll be able to successfully create a transaction, sign it, and send to local tau node, ensuring everything processed correctly. Another major effort was to ensure that complex transactions that has everything in the envelope, like new rules, coin transfer, and multiple operations, are simultaneously processed by the system, validated, and correctly added to the mempool for further block processing. And looking forward to the next month, I actually expect to complete the last foundational part for the blockchain itself is the block processing, where we will take mempool, create a block, and create a blockchain from blocks. So looking forward to the next month. Thank you for your support. Take care. See you next month. Bye.
Incredible stuff. Thank you so much, Andrei. And over to you, Umar.
Hi team, glad to share the update for this month. So this month mainly we have worked on improving the garbage collection related features, especially on fixing some old test failures. And as a result of that, now we have a fully working GC that is based on ref counters, reference counting, and this GC is works during the parsing and collects items that are not needed. The impact is that the later phases after passing, like forest building, they become better, and obviously we have a overall space saving in terms of early items that are not needed. So the changes have been checked in. The test document and stats will also be soon shared. That was the update for the whole month. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Lucca, over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Fowler. So this month, as Karim mentioned, I've been involved in researching methods for efficiently eliminating a function quantifier denoting a Boolean function. So this is not a general function quantifier, but particularly Boolean. And this opens up some smart elimination possibilities. And these possibilities work very nicely in the case where you have a function quantifier followed by a quantifier-free formula. But it's been a challenging question to investigate what happens if you have a function quantifier followed by a formula which itself has first-order quantifiers. And we have been trying to make a general result about the elimination, but this turned out proper, let's say, the proper subset of formulas, the subset of structure, and of alternation patterns, which we can efficiently tackle. And yeah, this is the current ongoing work. Thank you very much, and I'll pass it back to Fowler.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Lucca. And last but not least, Ohad, talk to us.
So I continued working on the paper about the temporal extensions to the Tau language and some theoretical problems that you heard about before that arose from the team, and that's basically all.
Ohad always downplays what he does, but it's always impressive. Thank you so much, Ohad. And that about wraps it up for the developer overview, the update for June. A massive thanks first. Thank you so much for tuning in. But please join us on our socials. Please actually follow our socials. That is Tau_net on X or Twitter. And that is TauNet Agrs on Reddit. Join the subreddit, guys. Join the subreddit. And that's TauNet on Telegram. You've got no excuse. If you love the project, join the socials. You'll have a much better life. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next month.